It was midnight when Vian slipped out from her room, and on the door, she silently made her way towards Jungkook's room, her heart racing with thrill and fear of getting caught by someone, as Jungkook's family had long fallen asleep unaware of the secret love affair that was blossoming right under their noses. As Vian reached in front of Jungkook's room, the door was already slightly open for her because Jungkook knew she was coming as he was the one insist her to meet him. Vian slowly pushed the door and got inside the room just to find Jungkook sitting on his bed with a mischievous smile. He stood up and welcomed her, spreading his arms while Vian walked near him. "Oh, I was waiting for you," he said while Vian let out a soft giggle as Jungkook wrapped his arm around her waist, pulling her close to him. The dim light of the room, peeking through the curtains, illuminated their faces, highlighting the longing gazes they shared. "I can't believe we are here together like this," she whispered, her voice filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness while Jungkook smiled, brushing a stray lock of hair away from her face. "I know, but I will not have it any other way. You mean everything to me," he whispered, and Van felt her heart swell with emotion as Jungkook leaned in to press a gentle kiss against her lips, sending shiver down to her spine. "You are so beautiful, Van. I can't get enough of you," he murmured, his voice husky with desire as Van's cheeks flushed a deep shade of red as she looked up at him with adoration. She couldn't believe how lucky she was to have found someone like Jungkook, someone who understood her on a level that she had never experienced before. As they lay intertwined on Jungkook's plush bed, their fingers tangled together, Van felt a sense of peace wash over her. For that moment, it was just the two of them, lost in their own little world of love and affection. "I never knew I could feel this way about someone," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper as Jungkook lifted her chin, locking eyes with her. "I feel the same, Ryan. You have changed my life in ways I never thought possible. I'm grateful for every moment we spent together." Their conversation continued into the early hour of the morning, filled with laughter, heartfelt confessions, and stolen kisses. Ryan felt like she was on cloud nine, wrapped up in Jungkook's arms, safe and loved. "I have to go before Unni woke up and come to check me." She softly caressed her fingers in his hair while Jungkook snuggled in her chest. "No, please don't go. I am not done, Ryan. I want you with me." His voice got muffled, but it was understandable for Ryan. "You will never get enough, Jungkook, but I have to go first because I can't go in front of anyone while," she said while Jungkook chuckled. "Why don't you let me talk to my parents? They will understand us, Ryan. It's getting hard to live without you, love," he said after lifting up his face as their eyes met and then slowly their lips. But as the sun began to rise, signaling the end of their precious time together, Van couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness at the thought of leaving Jungkook's side. She knew that their relationship had to remain a secret until she wants to because she wanted to prepare herself first. But for now, in the privacy of Jungkook's room, they were free to express their love in all its raw and passionate glory. As they held each other close, knowing that they would have to part ways soon, Van made a silent move to cherish every moment they shared, no matter how fleeting. She never thought he will be like this, so soft, polite, and sincere. He maybe looked dangerous from outside, but from inside he was different. The side only Vian had seen. When they first met in a family gathering after Vian's sister and Jungkook's brother revealed their relationship and their family started arranging their marriage, Vian always thought Jungkook is cold and arrogant. As he was a mafia, he was unapproachable. She always felt nervous around him and avoided looking in his eyes. But as the time passed and the marriage date of their siblings got closer, they started meeting often. Due to preparations and their conversations got dried the barriers between Vian and Jungkook. Vian was Maria's younger sister while Jungkook was elder than Jungsook. June's want to saw Jungkook settle in his life first as he was older but he still wants to stay single. So Jungsook took chance and told his parents about Maria. That's how they got married, but Jungkook and Vian also found their love in each other. After Vian and Jungkook started dating, Vian asked to keep it as a secret because she was feeling odd thinking what will everyone will think of her. Even Jungkook assured her not to worry and think like this. But Vian was Vian. She insisted Jungkook to wait for a while. Now whenever Vian visited to her sister's house, Jungkook demands her time, her presence in his room. And when today Vian came to stay, he asked her to meet him and she couldn't refuse his request. as she also wants to spend time with him. Some hours later, Vian walked out of her room, still slightly limping, and when she reached to the dining area, Maria greeted her with the brightest smile, but then her brows frowned as she noticed Vian's way of walking. Oh, Vian, what happened to you? Why are you limping? She asked as she stood up from her chair and helped Vian to sit on her chair while Vian's heart dropped. Her cheeks started to red. I just got slip in the bathroom, Munni. I'm fine, don't worry. She lied, clutching her hem of the dress under the table in embarrassment. Oh, my baby sister, why are you so clumsy? You should take care of yourself. Tell me, where did you get hurt? She asked, trying to check her injury, but Vine immediately stopped her. Only I'm fine, not a big deal. You know, I always fall and tripped on my own feet. She said and laughed awkwardly while Maria shook her head in disbelief. You are seriously a unique piece in our family, she said, looking at Vine while she giggled, but then her breath hitched when Jungkook came and sat beside her after pulling a chair. In our family too, right, Maria? He asked, looking at Maria as she nodded with a smile while Vine was feeling nervous and not at the same time as he was sitting so close. She knew he is up to something when she saw a small, almost unnoticeable grin on the corner of his lips. Why are you not eating, Vine? He asked as he looked at her with a raised brow while Vine gulped. I'm eating. Only please pass me some omelette, she said without looking at Jungkook while he smirked internally and brushed his finger on her thigh, made her eyes wide open in shock. Vine, if you want something else, let me know. Yeah, you must eat well, Vine. You need to regain your energy. He whispered the last part to tease Vine while she glared him, slapping on his hand under the table that was touching her tie. Now, Jungkook Oppa, you should also find someone and got married. She teased Jungkook while he nodded, but Vine felt her heart stop for a second. She glanced at Jungkook. I will soon, and you will be so happy after seeing the girl of my choice, he said while resting his hand on Vine's thigh, giving her butterflies. She bit her lip and looked down to hide her smile. So you have finally found someone. Did you give a small hint so that we should start preparations? She asked playfully while Jungkook chuckled softly. Well, you can think like that, he replied calmly while his hand was busy kissing Vine, making things difficult for her, but she controlled on herself and continued eating her food, trying to look normal as they chatted for a while before Jungkook leaves for his office. Don't go, love, I'm gonna miss you. He pulled Mayan in a tight hug as she also wrapped her arms around him, feeling sad. I have to go. My parents want to see me, Jungkook. I was here for 1 week and you know, they only leave me for only. She said as they broke the hug. Jungkook stared at her eyes, like memorizing her features. I don't want you to leave. I want to keep you closer. I want to be with you when I woke up. I want you beside me and I wanted to sleep in your embrace. I want to make you mine and tell everyone that you belongs to me only, he said as he cupped her face with his one hand, their breaths mingling together as they stared in each other's eyes. I'm yours, Jungkook. Let's just wait for a while until Unni gives birth and then we will tell our families, alright? She said as she smiled while Jungkook nodded, kissing her forehead. Alright, and don't be scared when I'm with you. We will going to be together and face everything together, he said as he kissed near her lips. Now, as we are together, don't think about anything. Let me feel you so that your warmth and fragrance stay with me until we meet again, he said with a mischievous smirk on his face while Van rolled her eyes. Yeah, you are saying like you won't ask me to meet you after 2 days, she said in a playful tone while Jungkook chuckled. So you know me very well, huh? Now you are becoming clever. Yes, because I'm your girlfriend, so it's possible I will take your talents. Jungkook laughed, hearing her. Well, our kids will take what we have, and I want they look exactly like you. His make as he whispered made Vine shake her head, and before she could say, Jungkook captured her lips in a passionate, intense kiss that took her breath away and left her dizzy with desire. Vine was in June's mission because Maria was pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant, and in those months, Vine kept visiting her. That also gave chance to Vine and Jungkook to spend their time and bloom their love. Now, as she was going back to her parents' house, she came to meet Jungkook that led them into a passionate intimacy. In early morning, Maya left for her house, and with passing days, Jungkook managed to meet her and took her on a small dates that always made Maya's heart swell with love and happiness. On the other And Maria told Mrs. June about Jungkook that he may be in a relationship and will soon introduce the girl to us. That made Mrs. June happy and excited. And when she asked Jungkook about this, he didn't refuse but asked for time. Some days later, Vian was sitting on a bed holding a positive pregnancy kit in her hand, her eyes shining with unshed tears as she kept looking at it and thinking what she should do now. When her phone rang, gained her attention. It was from Jungkook, so she immediately answered after relaxing herself. Yes, Jungkook. She asked and heard his desperate voice. Mom is keep asking about the girl I'm dating because Maria told her. Now it's getting hard for me. How much I wanted to avoid this topic, they will not stop. He said on the call and heard Why signing heavily. Who told you to speak anything in front of Uniha? She also told Mom about this. Now bear with it. She said while Jungkook scratched his head. Jungkook, I have something really important to tell you, she said in nervousness, her voice cracking while on the other hand Jungkook's heart thudded under his chest. As he noticed the sudden change in her voice, he could feel the tension in her voice. What is it, Vian? Tell me. He asked impatiently while Vian swallowed and inhaled a deep breath. Jungkook, I'm pregnant. She spoke, her voice barely above a whisper while Jungkook didn't speak anything. There was a brief silence from both sides that made Vian more nervous. Why are you not speaking, Jungkook? She asked, holding her tears back and frowned when she heard sniffing noises. Are you upset that you are crying? She said and heard a chuckle from Jungkook. I'm happy, that's why I got a little emotional, my love. He said that made Vian relief. She exhaled a breath that she didn't know for how long she was holding. You scared me, Jungkook, she breathed out. Why are you so scared of everything, Vian? I will never leave your side. I am with you always. Trust me. He said, his voice filled with sincerity while Vian nodded like he was watching her. I know, Jungkook, but how I'm going to face everyone? It will be a shocking news for everyone, and now we can't hide this. She said, thinking about the reaction of their families. I never told you to hide Vian, and now no one can stop me, not even you. He said, and here Vian's name was called by her mother. Jungkook, mom is calling me. I will talk to you later. Okay, just don't stress yourself and take care of you and also my baby. Love you. He said and ended the call while Van quickly hid the kid in her drawer before going downstairs. Yes, mom. She slowly made her way towards the couch where her mother was already sitting, and when she saw Vian, she smiled. Come here, my love. I have something to inform you. She said and tapped on the couch beside her, while Vine started feeling uneasy. Her heart was beating fastly as she sat beside her. Vine, my love, I know you wanted time, but your dad and I decided something for you, she said with a small smile, while Vine looked at her confusedly. What are you talking about, Mom? She asked, her brows frowned while her mother sighed. Vine, we have decided to get you married. We have fixed your marriage, she said, and Vine's eyes widened in fear. She unknowingly placed her hand on her invisible baby bump, her heart pounding in her chest. Mom, I. Why didn't you tell me this before? Why you guys didn't ask me before? She asked in disbelief and shock. As why do they didn't talk to her? And relax, I know it's shocking for you, but believe me, you will be happy with him. He is a nice guy and we are your parents. We know what's best for you, she said while Vine shook her head, the tears ready to slip off her eyes. No, I won't marry with anyone, Mom. You can't do this to me, she murmured as her voice cracked with emotions. Mrs. Han sighed. There was no regret on her face, while Vine's tears falling from her eyes. Vine is final. You are getting married and we are not going to listen any argue on this. The wedding is after 2 days, so Han is a nice guy. He will treat you nicely. You can go now to your room and rest. I don't want any trouble and drama, she said without showing any emotion and stood up before she went to her room while Van felt her heart will stop any time. Her feet fell numb and her eyes didn't stop shedding tears. She grabbed her phone with shaking hands to call Jungkook and inform him as soon as possible, and when she unlocked the screen there was a message from Jungkook that left her speechless. She immediately called him but it was coming switched off. Her heart started running. The fear of losing him gave her shivers.